Hello everyone and welcome back to the Berserk manga reading. I'm so happy to be back reading, starting with volume 10. It's been some time since I've been able to sit down and read through Berserk, as I went on a brief break, and now I've found some time to sit down and get back to reading. I've been anxiously awaiting getting back into it because we left it at the end of a volume, so we're finally starting volume 10 after reading the emotional and gripping chapters between Guts and Casca last time. So moving into volume 10, let's get straight into it because I'm very excited. As we have Griffith on our front cover, who is currently being tortured. And Guts and Costco are learning more about each other as the Band of the Hawk has, is limping on by, but hatching a plan to rescue him. So we'll be reading chapters 48 to 52 today. So sparks from a sword tip, infiltrating Wyndham, and the Eve, chapter 1 and 2. So I don't want to look at the other chapters just yet as we read ahead. But those will be the chapters we read today. So, Sparks from a Sword Tip is our first one, with a cool shot of Guts from behind looking up at him. The morning after last chapter. It's strange. Like, it's not even my own body. That was your first time too, right? I mean, you were so rough at first, like you were frantic or something. It's understandable, considering what happened to you. That's also why you used to hate being touched by anyone, isn't it? It never mattered with you. Huh? When you first saved my life, for some reason, at that time, it was fine. But only with you. That's 'cause Casca's nice. I actually love how their relationship grows over time, which then ultimately makes things even more tragic when we get closer and closer to that dreaded eclipse. Hey Guts, will you stay? Huh? After we've rescued Griffith here, with the Band of the Hawk. With Judo, Rickett, Pippin, Caucus, the others. Everyone, like it used to be. No. I want to draw the line. Keep things separate. I can't stay. Waterfall. That's right, there's one there too. Huh? Where I've been holed up the past year. Here it comes! Okay! Oh, Jesus. What the hell is going on? Just dropping all the wood from the waterfall. Oh. Oh. This is new. Okay, so we're getting... Oh, we're getting a story. We're getting where Guts has been for the past year. Okay. Here it comes. Your sword's broken. Yeah, it is. Good grief. First you act like you're dead for a week. Then you go and almost kill yourself. If you died, at least things would balance out around here, you freeloader. Hey, Godo. Why are you a blacksmith all alone up here in the mountains? I ain't alone. Daughter's with me. There's good ore to be had in those hills. They say elves used to live there long ago. Godo, why are you a blacksmith? My family's been blacksmiths since my great-grandfather's days. Do you like doing it? Dunno. I like it, it's neat. Dunno. I'll be one too. Hey, careful with that. Before I knew how to walk, this was in my hand. Before I could decide if I liked it or not, I hit the iron in front of me. After that, I was so busy trying to improve and craft better stuff that one day I woke up an old man. Simple enough. I've been striking the iron since I was born. Just like folks who live don't know why they're alive. I don't know why I keep hammering. Oh yeah, there is one thing I like about being a blacksmith. Yeah? Sparks. Sparks are nice. I get engulfed in them. It feels like my own life, for an instant, is springing into the air before my eyes. In the end, this is all there is for me. Dreams. Is this what a dream is to me? I will get my own kingdom. So we get Guts as being very reflective on particular moments in his life. No, it's not a clear, concrete destination like what Griffith said. It's not some lofty, glittering thing. Yeah, this is nearer to me, like it's part of my body. With this, I've kept myself alive through more moments than I can count. Because this was there, I once again threw myself into the jaws of death. Almost the entire time I've been alive, this was next to me as part of my body. Look at this panel. Look at the artwork here. With all of the faces. That's amazing. When I lost Gambino, when I met Griffith and the Band of the Hawk, and when I parted with them, Zod the Immortal, suffering I should have never been able to bear, and moments I could sense death, I came through all of it with this. Unforgettable things, unforgettable people, and all of it by the tip of the sword. I get the feeling I've done it all by grasping a hilt in my hand. No. Actually, compared to what my hands touched, my swords touched 1,000 times more. It's like this has been my life, in and of itself. I feel like my own life, for an instant, is springing into the air before my eyes. Sparks. Maybe I'm drawn in by them too. All the thoughts of your life, the little sparks that spring out when swords clash. All the thoughts of your life and your enemies, striking and scattering the tiny lights of existence itself. You see, life there. I wield the sword. Maybe it's different from the dream Griffith talks about. But for no one else's sake, without being swept up. This time, it's by my own will. Making my own sparks, even for an instant. Now we're back to Costco again. It may not be a worthwhile reason, but I finally found it, my own thing. So we got a little bit of like an insight into Guts' year alone. I'll stick around until we rescue Griffith and rebuild the Band of the Hawk. But that's it. After that, I continue my journey. Because I want to improve my skills more and challenge myself by crossing swords with stronger and stronger enemies. If I stay, there might be no lack of battles, but I'm sure there wouldn't be enough of the battles I want. I've made up my mind. I'll never entrust my sword to another again. I'll never hang from someone else's dream. From now on, every battle will be my own. That was so grandly spoken. It must have taken all the brains you have. Not like the old you at all. Like Griffith, really. Shoves leaves in his face. After all, you and Griffith are just the same. It's all about dreams, all about yourself. It's the same, whether I'm around or not. You're just gonna leave again, right? You knew that from the start, right? Go then. Hey, again? Go fight by yourself until you're satisfied. Just go and die like a dog somewhere. Go and die with your beloved sword, you bastard! As Griffith, Guts is just like, touch. I'm gonna drown you in the in that pool before someone else kills you. Come with... What? Come with me. I don't know what's ahead. Whether being with you will get in the way of what I want to do, or the opposite, I can't tell now. But at any rate, right now I can't have you enough. What? I want to have you hundreds, thousands of times. Stupid. More from here on. That's what I'm thinking now. Stupid. Don't say that. You know better. "3 days prior, in the dense forest along the Midland border, an extraordinary event took place." Wait, what the fuck? That's just a little bit extraordinary. Foresters caught sight of something. It emerged from a valley deep in the wood, a silhouette against the setting sun, of some giant serpent-headed monster. Now, something beyond human knowledge has begun to stir. The Bailet. Sparks from a sword tip end. Interesting. I'm going to end that chapter with the Bailet like washed up on like a lake bed or something like that. The way that the relationship between Guts and Casca is so complex and interesting, of how they've both been raised and their emotions clashing. In the moments where it seems like it's such a fire and water scenario, you know, like they get very explosive, but they also are able to have such moments of peace together, while they are kind of exploring all the shared trauma that they have from their childhoods. And that is the end of chapter 48. So we're going to jump right into chapter 49. So the infiltration to Wyndham is now going to begin. Alright, chapter 49, Infiltrating Wyndham, chapter 1, starting off with the cover art of the previous volume, interestingly enough. The blacks are very dark with how much the opacity is down, because I do need to make it transparent, but at least the main panels are visible for the most part. I wish I could have just crystal clear images for you guys as usual, but I just want to make sure that, you know, I can make sure that we can get the images and my videos don't get, you know, my channel destroyed. So small things, small compromises that we have to do to make this work. The small battles we fought on the cobblestone when we were still young. The small victories we achieved. In the evening, staring up from the back alley of brothels and taverns where the sun never shines, I saw something, shimmering against the setting sun. It was the brightest thing I had ever seen. Wow. Griffith as a child. I made up my mind, the junk I would get for myself would be that thing. Darkness. Deep darkness without even a trace of light. How much time has passed since I was cast into this darkness? An eternity, but it also seems like an instant. All my senses are numbed and I can't feel a thing. What of my body? It's like it's floating in mid-air. Have I retained my sanity? Did I go insane long ago? In all this emptiness, only one thing is vivid. Only him. Like lightning on a dark night, he rises up within me, blazing, and again, like a tidal wave, an infinite number of feelings surge upon me. Malice, friendship, jealousy, futility, regret, tenderness, sorrow, pain, hunger. So many recurring, yearning feelings, that giant swirl of violent emotions in which none are definite but all are implied. That alone is the bond which keeps my consciousness from vanishing amidst the numbness. I know that I'm different from other people. Those I've met can by no means disregard me. They always view me with either a look of goodwill or animosity. I know that the goodwill forms into trust or fellowship, and the animosity into awe or possibly dread. Thereby I have grasped the hearts of so many in these hands. But why is it when it comes to him, I always lose my composure? He was the reason I've been thrown into this darkness, and now he's the sole sustenance keeping me alive. Out of so many thousands of comrades and tens of thousands of enemies, why just him? It's really interesting when we get a viewpoint from Griffith's perspective in his own head, because we rarely get that. We get a lot of Guts's thoughts. We rarely get a look into Griffith's head. We only get what he says to other people, but to actually get his honest, genuine thoughts, it's only been twice so far, which is when he was planning how he was going to counter Guts at their last fight before he left the band, and right now. Those are the 2 points we've actually been in his head, getting his genuine thoughts, not just what he says to other people. And the fact that he blames Guts for being in this situation, like he was the reason I've been thrown into this darkness, which shows like an insane lack of accountability on his part. Like that's when you begin to see like how Griffith views things from his perspective. Like Guts wanted to leave, and Guts bested Griffith and left. He earned his freedom. For Griffith to then do what he did to like the king's daughter, and him acting out like that, that's not on Guts at all. That's just on Griffith. That's Griffith not knowing how to deal with those emotions, and he's taking it out somewhere else in a way that he feel like he can get away with it almost. And then he got caught. And now he's paying for the consequences of his own actions. But he is putting that, he's trying to shift that blame onto Guts here, which is very interesting. How long ago did someone I was supposed to have in hand instead gain such a strong hold on me? That endless play begun so long ago on the cobblestone of the back alley. That pilgrimage to claim what to me was the most sacred piece of junk. But now, as he shines so glaring within me, the junk grows dull. Now Guts begins to almost like overtake the castle that he used to look at and admire as a child. Guts is taking up most of his mental state. There you go. Guts! As he just lies like barely even alive on the ground. What? I see it. A brick being pushed out of the wall and some tiny hands coming through as he reaches out. Hallucination? Oh, Prince. Prince of us, the unforgiven. Prince, we seek an audience with you. In time, at that place, we shall meet. We are kinsmen. O blessed King of Longing. Wow, you can see the members of the God Hand silhouette hanging out here. Wow, they sent him a little message. They're like, hey, we'll see you later, King of Longing. Now we're back to the Band of the Hawk. It's that time. Ah, man. If only it weren't for this injury, I could have gone with everyone. We've been together for so long now, too. Don't be so down about it. We'll let you be the first to hug Griffith when he returns. Just leave this to us. Guts, do my part too. Be sure you get Griffith out. Sure. And then, I'm sure, just like old times. Everyone mount and form up. Uh-oh. From here, we split into 2 groups that will operate independently. The Griffith Rescue Squad is to depart immediately. Let's go, boss. Interesting. I think that's her feeling the effects of the other night. What? Nothing. Griffith Rescue Squad. We depart for Wyndham. 3 days later, so it's it was a 3-day ride to Wyndham. Ooh, they're never getting through the graveyard. Interesting. Tell me why we're in a graveyard? Talk about gloomy. Wyndham's before our eyes. We visiting someone's grandpa? Secret passage. Huh? A castle that huge has to have 1 or 2 secret escape passages. Common sense in war. Come on, if we find it that easy, I'll quit being a merchant. I found it. Retirement it is. This is it. Pippin. Hoorah! And then Guts going, hoorah? In the background? No mistake. This is it. Pippin, will I fit in there? Alright, let's go. Wait a minute. Pippin and Judo I can see, but after all, ain't it a bad idea for you, our leader, to go in there? What choice is there? It's obvious that we're the Band of the Hawk's strongest members. Sending in too many people would just make us stand out. At any rate, if we can't get Griffith out, it's meaningless. This team has the highest potential for success. Yeah, but... Hey. You're worried, aren't you? Ooh, Pippin and Judo just like... What are we witnessing here? Give me a break. When it comes to sword fighting, I'm even better than those two. You're a pro-merc right now. Leave your personal feelings out of the plan. Obey your superior's orders. I can at least watch your back. Don't forget it. Right. Relationship time. And then Pippin and Judo getting a good chuckle out of it. Let's go. As Pippin tries to fit into there. Infiltrating Wyndham, Chapter 1 comes to an end. Now we can start Chapter 50. Jump straight into that, so that'll be Infiltrating Wyndham, Chapter 2. Interesting cover art to choose as well between the pair of them. Costco and the Princess. Griffith. You were always looking up, rising to the top, paying heed to nothing but ascension, flying alone above all, the hawk. Yes, you would never come down to the land where we crawl, the boundless hawk. Frustration, resignation, there's no one who those words fit less. Composed, ruthless, shrewd. Tell me, do I need a reason each time I put myself in harm's way for your sake? Griffith's words in, I believe that was the Swordmaster chapter. Always winning, always talking. Do you think that I'm cruel? Griffith's no good without you. If that's true, if that's the case, then we're here. We sure found this passageway easily enough. We have someone on the inside. Insurance. They got intel about it. Interesting. Mausoleum. From the grave to the grave. That was weak. Who's there? Wait! Huh? They're on our side. Are you the Band of the Hawk? We've been waiting for you. You really did come. Thank goodness. I kept wondering what was to become of us if you did not arrive. I almost expect to see ghosts here. Who are you? Oh, you. You shouted, "Hey, pal," at Lord Julius when you were with Lord Griffith. Huh? You did what? I remember it. I am Charlotte. How do you do? The princess? Then the one on the inside? You're being rude. I do not mind. I am Casca, acting leader of the Band of the Hawk. Your Highness's devotion and efforts have made it possible for us to be present here tonight. Gotta bite your tongue. The entire Band of the Hawk offers its deepest gratitude. Oh, I remember you too. On the morning you set out for Doldry, you're the knight I asked to protect Lord Griffith. So you are a woman. I did not notice. But I knew at a glance this time though. I wonder why. Yeah, 'cause it's dark. She mistook her for a woman, you know. Highness. Just fucking... I think humorous moments with Guts are so funny because he's genuinely always, like, very serious, but he does have those moments of levity. Though he's just like, my nose. More importantly, we haven't much time. We mustn't lose a moment in rescuing Griffith. Sir Griffith. There isn't much time until dawn. Yes, you're right. Come, let's hurry. This way. I recognize this area. Yeah. I never imagined a homecoming like this one. Princess Charlotte, the next in line to the throne of Midland. Even though she's princess of a kingdom, she doesn't have the characteristic high-handed bearing of royalty or nobility. She seems cheerful and kind. Even the woman in me got a good impression. And she's Griffith's... Now that things have come to this, does Griffith still see her as necessary? My feelings of admiration for Griffith haven't changed, but it still bothers me. I'm still jealous. I don't want to be this way. Oh, cute. And then Guts and Casca holding hands. Interesting. There's really subtle details in the drawing here that you can miss. That she's walking, she's in her own head thinking about like this. Like she still has those feelings of jealousy towards Charlotte and Griffith, and Guts is like trying to like hold her hand here, like comfort her, and like he's like, huh? And then in this next panel, you can see that she pulls her hand away. Like you've got like the little sound effects there, but she pulls her hand away from him as well. Like it's nothing that's spoken or directly like shown, but it's just like those little subtle drawings that you can see of like the characters interacting with each other, which I think is really cool. It says a lot. Like the storytelling in Berserk is really nice because there's a lot of subtle character interactions that's just told through the drawings, as well as having the story told to you through text. So there's like there's layers to this. Miss Casca, I must apologize. My father's, His Majesty's behaviour towards Lord Griffith and all of you a year ago. As his blood relative, I feel I must apologise from the bottom of my heart. Not at all. There's no call for your highness to apologise. It was through your help that we were able to infiltrate Wyndham this way. Please do not let it trouble you. However, we're never going to clear the air like this. If you know, would you please tell us what in the world happened the day before we were entrapped? The night before Griffith was imprisoned? I understand. Your Highness, it's alright. That night, Lord Griffith was in my chambers. Casca's just like, who goes? What are you doing there? Princess? Highness? The hell? Who in God's name is out at this? Why, Princess Charlotte, how rude of us. It matters not. Lift your heads. But what brings you out here so late? I sought the night breeze, so I was just going for a walk. Of course, but wasn't it the case that your highness was not to leave the palace? Those were his majesty's orders. But I cannot stand it. It's hard to breathe. Therefore I chose to come out at this hour to avoid being seen by people. I ask you, please. I will go back inside in several hours, so do not speak of this. But, well... Anna. Ah, yes. It isn't much, but please take this. Consider it a supplemental tip. Bribery! Oh, well, in that case... Alright. The best to you and your bodyguards. who somehow these guards do not recognize the top soldiers of the Band of the Hawk. I guess it has been a year. They might have, they might have actually changed guards and new people come in. So, but I was just like, these are the most recognizable group ever. And they're like, yeah, good luck with your bodyguards. Not bad. I thought you were just a timid, sheltered princess. Pardon? Hey, Your Highness. I'm alright. I was just a little nervous, but it looks like I was of some use. Let go of her, you lout. It is as you said. I don't know anything and can't do anything. I'm just some sheltered girl. I myself can't believe what I just managed to do. I think it must have been because it was for his sake. For Lord Griffith's sake. Now, we must hurry. Hey, should I hold your hand? Let's go. So now he's like asked, now the follow-up from that previous interaction is actually like directly asking her. It's like, hey, should I hold your hand? And as he goes to walk, Casca's holding onto his cape. So, won't hold hands, but will hold on to him still. You ain't some lost kid. Thought we'd be keeping personal feelings out of it. That's one old-looking tower. The Tower of Rebirth. You know about it? Among the many towers in Wyndham, it's the most ancient. They say it's been here since the time Midland was established. Possibly even before then. I don't exactly know why it was built, but it seems in times of war, prisoners and during the Inquisition, heretics were imprisoned underground beneath this tower. No, even now the underground part of the tower is used as a prison. I've heard that Lord Griffith is confined in the room on the lowest level. Thank you so much for your assistance, Your Highness. We will go on by ourselves from here. If it's discovered that the princess is not in the palace, it will cause a citywide panic. What's up? You sure about letting her leave now? What? I've got nothing against her either, honestly, but in battle, you have to use what you can. Don't you mean... She'd make a good hostage if we took her now. Don't say such foolish things. The princess is the one who guided us this far, and you'd bite the hand that fed us? I don't think that's the case. If we invite her in good faith, she might surprise you by consenting. After all, that way she could be together with her beloved Lord Griffith. Regarding that, I do not mind. Oop. No, I myself ask it too. Would you be willing to take me along with you? Highness! Her like handmaiden just being like, I want to get out of here. And that brings us to the end of Infiltrating Wyndham, chapter 2. So I'll now move into chapter 51. Wow, this is an interesting shot. Festival's Eve, chapter 1. Interesting. Would you be willing to take me along with you? Your Highness. You mustn't, Your Highness. Anna. If you did that, the whole castle, no, all of Midland would be turned on its head in panic. Do you realize what heartbreak it would cause for His Majesty the King? Stop it. I care not. I don't even acknowledge that man as my father. Yeah, that's one hell of a flashback. Your Highness, what a thing to... Never you mind. Please, Miss Casca. I have almost never been away from this castle. I understand nothing of the things on the outside. I can't ride a horse well, and I can't use a sword. I might just be a burden, but if I can be with Lord Griffith, I would endure being a hostage, or anything. I'm against this. Casca. As a hostage, Your Highness may very well be optimum. However, with the Band of the Hawk in its present weakened state, you would be a double-edged sword that can conceivably destroy us. Why? Once we rescue our leader Griffith and make our escape, even if he was once a military commander, to Midland it will not change the fact that a criminal is on the loose. Even if we are pursued, Midland could hope to gain no more of a benefit than the capture of one criminal. Although, if we take your highness with us, it becomes an issue on a national scale. The king will likely try to get you back by any means necessary. Even if we can get across the kingdom's border and escape, chances are a proclamation will reach other nations and the pursuit will never slacken. But still, and above all, once word gets around that we've taken a woman hostage... Good point. From then on, Sir Griffith would have to bear a disgrace that could never be erased. If that happens, Griffith's path to success would be closed off. He may never be able to go out into the world again. Don't you even care about that? I just wanted to be with him. Highness. Why are we talking so much now? Griffith is so close too. Guts has the right idea, because like, and Casca's point is incredibly well made, that it's like, hey, if we get out of here, it's just going to be one guy. But if we end up taking Charlotte hostage, that's a whole other can of worms, and they want to be able to get out of there and rebuild. It's a shame that we know that Griffith is literally beyond repair at this current point in time, though. At least under normal, conventional means, you know? I do think it's a pity, but if your thoughts lie chiefly with Sir Griffith, please listen to reason. No. No, never! If I say I'm gonna go, if I say it, then I'm going, with Lord Griffith. It's like, everyone please be quiet. It's night time. That's one hell of a princess. Highness. What now? If we let go, she'll scream again. Tying her up would be the quickest. You can take your hands away. I understand. Let's go together. Really? However, in the event that Sir Griffith tells you it's futile, then you must please give up. But... okay. Fine. I'll just convince him if I have to. Highness, what about me then? We're wasting time on this crap. Come on. The sun will come up. Let's go. Hey. I'm a horrible woman. What? Why? What you said sounded right enough. Yeah, but that's true and all, but somewhere in my heart, hearing the princess talk about Griffith like that, Sorry, Guts, damn it. Making a big deal over something stupid. Weren't you the one who said not to mix personal feelings into this? Griffith's in front of our faces. Focus! I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean for... What have I done? Like I said, now's not the time to be talking about that stuff. Sorry. Let's hurry. That's right. I can't stand it when you brood over Griffith that way. But the thing I can't stand most is that I feel like I'm just gonna accept it. The one who still hasn't unbound himself from Griffith is me. Judo. On it. Please look the other way, Your Highness. Oh yeah, throwing knives, huh? Judo going in there with the assassination tactic. 2 throwing knives right into the throat. Took him right down. And we've got the keys. Meanwhile, the rest of the band of the Hawk, waiting at camp. Hang in there. Griffith will be back soon. If you die now, you'll have to haunt him. You said it. Think I'd die without having a chance to see the boss's face? Not even if you put 1,000 more stitches in me. Rickert, we're out of water. Head down to the lake and draw some more. Right. Once Griffith comes back, yeah, the Hawks will be back in business. Everyone's so cheerful. It's only natural. A little longer. A little longer and Griffith will come back. We took a huge detour, but as long as we've got Griffith again... Huh? Rickert looks out onto the water. Oh, what is this? This is our cover art. Ooh, an elf? What is that? I saw it. No mistake, that was... Enemy raid? at a time like this? A little more and Griffith would have been back. How could it end at a time like this? Guys? It's the end of Festival's Eve, Chapter 1. What happened here? Interesting. Let's move straight into Festival's Eve, Chapter 2, Chapter 52, to see what that was all about. Oh, and we have we've got Skull Knight on the cover of this one. Interesting. Check this armor out. His shield's looking a little basic, just one little rose with some thorns on there. Look at that sword hilt though. Sword of Thorns. All the fire is like dwindling. Nobody's here. What? Guys, where? Did they realize there was a raid and run away? Even so, I don't see any enemies. Something's weird. Run. Kim? Run, Rick. Oh my god. What the fuck? What? That's not the Count, is it? Because this is set before the Black Swordsman arc. I think it's just one that's like a similar type of demon to the Count, right? Where they're a weird slug man. What the fuck? This wasn't in the anime, was it? I don't remember any of this. It can't be. That thing can't exist. What the fuck? Oh, look at all of them. There's like a praying mantis and a spider one and a beetle. Ugh. Like a little flea one. Insect demons. Who is this? Elf demon? Or is she on Ricket's side? I'm so confused. My body won't move. Guys! Oh wow, okay, this is where Skull Knight's on the cover. Skull Knight rocks up. Yeah, what the hell? Withdraw! You shouldn't have time to amuse yourself with slaughter in a place like this. Haste is needed, is it not? For the elf then looks at Skull Knight before leaving. What the fuck just happened? What the hell's going on? Yeah, me and Rickett are in the exact same state of mind right now. We're just like, what the fuck? And Skull Knight's gone. Dude, there's just a whole fucking pile of bodies. That was the whole band, right? Or, well, that was the ones who remained, because there was two parties that left. No way. They were in such good cheer till just now. They were so happy Griffith was coming back. How did this can't be happening. That's the end of Festival's Eve, Chapter 2. That does not seem like possible. Skull Knight with his horse, that's a lot of armor. Just standing on a dead tree. That branch would have totally just snapped and fallen. What the hell? I don't remember. I don't think this happened in the show at all. That was a big shock to me. Rickett rocks up and there's a demon feasting party, and then Skull Knight protects Rickett. And now he's left with the pile of corpses. And now he has to somehow make his way to the other groups, I guess. And that brings Chapter 52, Festival's Eve, to an end. That was a curveball I was not expecting. So I'm very curious to see what's going to be happening in the next few chapters. So we'll be reading chapter 53 and beyond next time, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of the Berserk manga reading. It's so nice to be back and reading this with you guys again. I hope you've been enjoying the series, and I hope you're happy that it's back and reading along with me, because like I said, I've been anxiously awaiting getting back into this and reading through it with you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.